my goodness, royal watchers. Have you been following the absolute transformation happening with Prince William right now? I'm telling you, our future king is showing us exactly why the monarchy is in the safest of hands, and I couldn't be more impressed. Grab your tea, settle in, because we need to talk about the bold, compassionate leadership William is displaying that has me absolutely convinced he's going to be the breath of fresh air our royal family needs. Now, I know you guys are excited for more. But before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now let's start with this absolutely moving scene that unfolded just days ago. Prince William, looking every inch the future monarch, standing in the July 7th Memorial Gardens in Hyde Park, visibly emotional as he paid tribute to the victims of those horrific 2005 terrorist attacks. 20 years have passed since that tragic day when 52 innocent people lost their lives and 700 more were injured. But William's presence there showed something crucial about his character. This is a man who understands the weight of national grief and the importance of showing up. Dressed in a perfectly appropriate navy suit and tie, he laid flowers at the memorial and took time to speak personally with survivors and bereaved families. Did you notice his expression? The genuine compassion in his eyes? This wasn't some sterile royal duty being checked off a list. This was William connecting on a human level with people who have experienced unimaginable loss, showing exactly the kind of emotional intelligence that will define his approach to the crown. What struck me most powerfully was when the chairman of the London Bombing Relief Charitable Fund specifically thanked William, saying, "We appreciate all you and members of the royal family do for survivors of the 7/7 attacks." That simple acknowledgement speaks volumes about the behind-the-scenes work the royals do that we rarely hear about. William isn't just showing up for the cameras. He's been supporting these families consistently, quietly, without fanfare. And just look at how William is reshaping the Duchy of Cornwall. This is where his modern approach to monarchy is absolutely shining through. After facing criticism last year over the duchy charging rent to charities, community groups, and even school playing fields, what did William do? Did he dig in his heels and hide behind tradition? Absolutely not. He's completely overhauled the rental policy, waiving rent entirely for grassroots organizations and offering up to 50% reductions for local charities. This decision speaks volumes about William's character and his vision for the monarchy. The duchy generates nearly £23 million annually for William. That's his private income that supports his family and royal work. He could have easily ignored the criticism and continued with business as usual. Instead, he listened, reflected, and made meaningful change. As Will Bax, the duchy's new secretary, put it, "It would be remiss not to address the media scrutiny the duchy has experienced this past year. What refreshing transparency." I'm particularly moved by how William is focusing on homelessness charities. The duchy's new policy means that St. Petrock's, a homelessness charity, won't pay any rent for new accommodations supporting up to 24 homeless people in Cornwall. This isn't just a financial decision. It shows where William's heart is. Remember his mother's passionate work with the homeless? William is carrying that torch forward, but doing it in his own way, using the substantial resources at his disposal to make concrete differences. And let's talk about William's approach to monarchy compared to his father's. While King Charles waited decades for the throne and is understandably determined to make his mark despite his health challenges, William is patiently preparing in the wings, learning, evolving, and carefully considering what kind of king he wants to be. The contrast is fascinating. Charles has always been somewhat formal, steeped in tradition and protocol. William, meanwhile, has been quietly modernizing his approach, from his more relaxed dress code. Those white tennis shoes and open-necked shirts during his South Africa trip caused quite the stir, to his emphasis on emotional intelligence and relatability. He's striking that perfect balance between maintaining the dignity of the institution while making it feel accessible and relevant. The royal commentator Daisy McAndrew hit the nail on the head when she noted that William will be all too aware of how dangerous it is for the royal family to be seen to be out of touch or aloof. That awareness is driving his every move right now. He's determined not to repeat the mistakes of the past, where the monarchy sometimes seemed distant from the people it serves. Of course, finding that balance isn't easy. Some royal watchers want their monarchs to be glamorous and somewhat untouchable. That fairy tale element has always been part of the royal appeal. Others want them to be relatable and down to earth. William seems to understand that he needs to embody both qualities, shifting seamlessly between formal state occasions and more casual personal engagements. What I find particularly impressive is how William and Catherine are working as a perfect team through all of this. Catherine has been described as realistic and supportive of William's future, understanding the enormous responsibility that awaits him. Together, they're crafting a vision of monarchy that feels fresh and modern while still respecting its historical foundations. And can we talk about how they're raising their children? Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are being prepared for royal life in a way that's both thoughtful and protective. William and Catherine know the intense scrutiny that comes with royal life. William experienced it from birth. Catherine had to adapt to it as an adult. They're determined to give their children as normal a childhood as possible while gradually introducing them to their future roles. The Wales family's approach to charity is equally impressive. They're not just lending their names to causes, they're actively involved making substantial donations from their own funds. Last year, they supported initiatives associated with the victims and families of the Southport knife attacks, showing once again their commitment to standing with communities in their darkest moments. William's relationship with the media has also evolved significantly. He's learned from the painful experiences of his mother, Princess Diana, whose life was made miserable by relentless press intrusion. But rather than shutting down completely, he's established clear boundaries while still engaging thoughtfully with journalists when it serves the causes he cares about. That's a difficult tightrope to walk, but he's managing it with remarkable grace. The transformation in William since becoming Prince of Wales has been extraordinary to witness. Remember when he was dubbed work-shy Will by some sections of the press? Those critics have been silenced by his tireless dedication to royal duties, charitable work, and his growing portfolio of initiatives. He stepped into the role with confidence and purpose, proving all the doubters wrong. And what about his environmental work? William's Earthshot Prize is genuinely revolutionary, offering huge financial incentives for innovative solutions to our planet's environmental challenges. Unlike some environmental initiatives that focus solely on doom and gloom, William's approach is optimistic and solution-focused. He's using his platform to bring together governments, businesses, and individuals in a way that feels genuinely impactful. The dynamic between William and King Charles is fascinating too. There's clearly deep respect between father and son, but they have different approaches. Charles has spent his entire life preparing for a role he's only recently attained. At 76 and battling cancer, he's determined to make his mark. William, meanwhile, is patiently waiting in the wings, supporting his father while quietly preparing for his own eventual reign. There's no rush, no impatience, just a steady, thoughtful preparation. What we're seeing is William carefully carving out his own identity as a royal leader. He's not trying to be his father, or his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, or anyone else. He's drawing inspiration from those who came before him while charting his own course. That authenticity is what resonates so powerfully with the public. I'm particularly struck by William's willingness to be emotionally vulnerable in public, something that would have been unthinkable for royal men of previous generations. When he speaks about mental health or his mother's death or the challenges of parenthood, there's a genuine openness that makes him relatable without diminishing his royal stature. That's an incredibly difficult balance to strike. Even in his clothing choices, William is sending subtle signals about the kind of monarch he intends to be. The debate that erupted on social media over his more casual attire during official engagements, those white tennis shoes and open-necked shirts in South Africa, shows he's willing to gently push boundaries. It's not about being radical. It's about carefully evolving royal traditions to keep them relevant in a changing world. The way William has handled the scrutiny over the Duchy of Cornwall is perhaps the clearest indication yet of his approach to monarchy. Rather than dismissing criticism or hiding behind palace walls, he acknowledged it, reflected on it, and made meaningful changes. That's the kind of responsive, thoughtful leadership that will serve him well as king. What's particularly impressive is how William is balancing innovation with tradition. He's not throwing out centuries of royal protocol and tradition. He understands their value and importance. Instead, he's carefully evaluating which traditions remain relevant and meaningful, and which need to evolve. That's a sophisticated approach that shows real maturity and wisdom. William's relationship with the British public has deepened significantly in recent years. There's a genuine warmth and affection for him that goes beyond the respect automatically accorded to his position. People sense his authenticity, his commitment, and his genuine desire to serve. In an era when many institutions are facing questions about their relevance, William is making a compelling case for a modern monarchy that remains connected to the people it serves. The contrast between William's approach and that of his brother Prince Harry couldn't be more stark. While Harry chose to step away from royal duties and air family grievances publicly, William has remained steadfastly committed to his role, working quietly and effectively to strengthen the monarchy from within. There's a dignity and restraint in William's approach that has earned him enormous respect. What excites me most about William's future reign is his clear vision. He's not waiting until he becomes king to decide what kind of monarch he wants to be. He's actively shaping that vision now, testing approaches, learning from feedback, and building the relationships that will sustain him throughout his reign. That kind of thoughtful preparation bodes extremely well for the future of the monarchy. So, my royal watchers, what we're witnessing is nothing short of the making of a truly modern monarch. Prince William is showing us that the British royal family can evolve and remain relevant without losing the magic and tradition that makes it special. His combination of emotional intelligence, dedication to service, willingness to listen and adapt, and deep respect for the institution he will one day lead is exactly what the monarchy needs to thrive in the 21st century. What do you think about Prince William's approach? Are you as impressed as I am by his handling of the duchy controversy? Do you think his more relaxed style is the right direction for the monarchy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I absolutely love hearing your perspectives. And if you enjoyed this royal deep dive, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on our beloved royal family. Until next time, keep calm and carry on supporting our wonderful working royals. Ta-ta, and bye for now.